This is Crystal, the Foxy Colorist, coming to you live from the Fox's Den for mindful coloring. Yes, delayed does not mean denied. Okay, remember that. All right, so I wanted to color this picture this morning, and trouble was in my way. And we all know when trouble gets in your way, you got to pray what? Sometime. So we're gonna color this picture. Let me see if I can change this view, which will make it seem like it's closer. It does. Let me turn. Yep, there we go. Just like that. When I move, you move what? Just like that. All right, let me see exactly. Okay, so that's the focal point that I need to make sure stays good. All right. So I'm hoping. Okay, here we go. Testing. Well, we'll see in a minute. So let us take our first of all, God, thank you so much for this what day? Just for this day. Because I'm telling you, sometimes things start off rough and it gets what? More rough. I don't think I can be heard. I don't think so. Hmm. Let me check. There we go. I'm gonna put this here. There we go. Moving around. There we go. Okay, that's looking like a hot mess. But we are going to fix it. Wow, I shouldn't have let this sit. Should have moved it around immediately. All right. I should not have let this sit. I should have moved it around immediately. Now it's not moving at all. And I should have just put down the light color first because now it just looks like the whole thing is red. Lessons you learn. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. Okay, so note to self, never let this just sit, these Neo color tubes. Um, it moves around differently when you just let it sit. Note to self, if you're going to use red and pink, put the pink down first and then the red, because now it just looks like it's red. All right. Awesome. Okay. Awesome sauce. Okay. Mm-mm. All right, red just takes over. Put down a little bit at a time. Okay. Awesome. Okay, at least it's all done. At least it's all done. All right, hold please. I need to make sure. All right, so let me see. All right. I know next time not to use all this red with this pink because it's just blending into an oblivion. Like you can't tell one from the other. So I'm gonna have to wait until this dries um before I can do any contrasting with it. So I will say this. I'm like, it seems like whenever I color in my awesome sauce, thank you. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. All right, so here we go. It says, "You go before me and follow me. Place your hand of blessing on my head." Um, Amazing. I know today I wanted to talk about how, in regards to God, we don't need to have separation anxiety because He is always with us. He never leaves us. He never forsakes us. Um, yeah, that is so comforting to me. I don't know about anybody else because sometimes when I be going through, I'd be like, nobody, look, nobody knows. My husband sings that song when he's being crazy. But it's super funny to me. But yeah, but somebody does know God. So I don't need to have separation anxiety. Feeling like everyone is separated from me, no one understands because God is always with me. Always. Earlier this morning, I read certain parts of Psalms 139. Um, and I love the part, where it says that, even if I lie down, you're there. If I get up, you're there. Okay. I love that. No matter where I go, God is there. No one knows me like God. How awesome is that? That is awesome. I don't have to explain. He knows what I'm going to say before I even say it. I love that. LOV it. Yes, I do. I love it. I love it. So it's so funny. I love learning from my mistakes so I don't repeat them. So these colors are very close in color. So I had pink and I had red down, but it looks like red has taken over. Um, Red has overcome the pink. But I love it in Psalms 139 where it talks about how even God's light shines in darkness. The darkness cannot overcome God's light. That's awesome. So even though this red has overcome this pink on my page, it is not so uh, with God and light and darkness. No darkness can overcome him. And I just think that is, I love that about him. He can do anything based on what we believe. So I was determined to come online and do mindful coloring because today is the last day of the month. One of my friends, when we work out, he says, finish how you start. Finish how you start. And I started fired up doing mindful coloring, and I'm going to end fired up doing mindful coloring. Restream, if you're going to have an outage or something, it would be nice to get like an email. I mean, I'm in IT, and that's what we do. We let our users know um, when we're going to have an outage. I'm not going to say that's what happened, but I will say that I was not able to get on, and I did go live using YouTube only, but that was a bust. Let's just say it was a bust. But I'm not gonna end. This is March what 31st. I'm not about to end and not have done mindful coloring. No, no, no. I'm not about to do that. I'm not. I'm not. So I'm gonna say, okay, so yeah, I'm supposed to be eating, but I'm gonna color this page and I'm gonna talk about what the Lord had given me to talk about because I want him to know that nothing can steal my determination. Nothing can steal my determination. Nothing. Nothing can steal it. Nothing. And I have to say that to myself sometimes too when I feel like stopping. Don't let anything steal your determination. If you're determined to do something, then go ahead, do it, girl. Go ahead, do it, dude. Don't let anything steal it. And let me tell you something. Everything wants to steal it too. That's what gets me. Everything wants to steal it. But don't let anything steal your determination. Don't let it. This is not my favorite brush. So shout out to my subscriber Deb. We had so much fun, and Lynette and Dee this weekend. It was so wonderful hanging out with you guys. Yeah, it really was. I had a great time. We had fun coloring, talking, chatting. I totally enjoyed it. All right, two is definitely better than one. Two is definitely better than one. So, but God, I'm not gonna be defeated. I'm not gonna let little things in life take me out. I'm gonna roll with the punches, and we have to be determined that we're gonna do that because it says that God is always with us. He knows what we're gonna say before we say it. He knows what's gonna happen before it happens. If we need help, we just need to let Him know. And I'm like, Lord, I need help. I do. But He's like, okay, so are you just gonna not be determined? It's the last day of the month. Finish how you started. Finish how you started. Yes. All right. Now, see, that's a little bit better. We can't let the blue overtake this. We cannot let that happen. The light blue. Okay, so this is a night blue. Let's go dark. Yes, I'm coloring in my Inspire Psalms Bible. I am. Amazing. Okay. We don't want to put too much water down. We don't want to put too much water down. So this isn't the normal time for mindful coloring. I just rescheduled it since there was technical difficulties this morning. It is normally held Monday through Friday from 7 until like 7:30. Except for prayer walk Wednesday, it goes a little bit longer because I'm walking and we're praying. All right, I'm gonna leave that alone because that is looking exactly how I would like it to look. All right, let me make sure I'm coloring in camera. There we go. Awesome sauce. All right. And let me read this scripture, Psalms 139:5. It says, you go before me and you follow me. So if there's anything in the way, if anything happens, man, God already knows about it. Okay. And He's following you. Okay. So if anything's about to, jump out on you, He knows about that too. He just knows everything. I love it. LOV it. I do. Hello. How are you? Taylor, you just doing it. I love it. You one of those people who jump in with both feet, baby. I love it. I love it. I do. That's how you seize. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So your determination. Yes, I was talking about that. I can't let anything take my determination. I gotta finish how I started. It is March 31st. And I started March 1st doing mindful coloring. And I'm gonna end it that way. Restream can have technical difficulties if they want to. But yes, it's like you gotta do it during your lunch, make your lunch shorter, then so be it. Then so be it. Then so be it. I'm gonna be okay. I probably could miss half a meal, maybe two. But yes. So Psalms 139:5. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. I think about look at here, the Jolly Tea Maker. I think about like when my son and my daughters, yeah, my daughters were little, and how they would be going like a certain way. I'm like, okay, we're going this way, and they would be going that way, and I would just take my hand and turn their head this way, and they would like, okay, when you flip that head, the rest of your body follows. And God does the same thing with us. Okay. This morning I was bent like a pretzel. Okay. because I had planned it out. Ivy had sent me her nice, pretty picture so I could, make a thumbnail. I had the lesson I was gonna do. And then Laura was like, okay, let me see if you nuck, if you buck, Fox, when things don't go your way. We've been training for this for a minute. So guess what? I passed. I passed. I finally passed. I have learned that this is what I've learned. It's like when the same thing keeps happening over and over again, I'm like, oh, they are so aggravating, or life is so aggravating. But that's God trying to help me get it right. Like you keep responding the same way. I need you to respond differently. Respond differently and it'll go away. And then something else will happen. Yes. Okay, so what's up next, God? I passed. Well, I feel as though I passed. You'll let me know. But yes, Restream. And I'm like, I pay for that. It's not free. The nerve. All right. You go before me and follow me. You place your hand of blessing on my head. I love it. I absolutely love it. So God had gotten up. Well, he don't never sleep. What am I saying? He got up. Uh, he knew he was like, okay, well, Restream gonna be down. She did all that planning yesterday, but we're gonna see how she act. Shout out to Linda B, who was trying to help me log off the live. I was stuck on live, y'all. I was stuck on live. Yes, exactly. He'll turn your head. He will turn your head, Taylor, man. He will. Yes, he will. That's why when it happened, you know how like when you're right on, okay, let me talk about myself. When I be right on the edge of about to nut up. See, that's why y'all need to see my facial expressions sometimes, okay? So y'all can know that I'm real. Because I think some people think that, oh, Foxy, she read the Bible, she do mindful coloring, she is so good. I have the same struggles y'all have, maybe more, okay? Maybe more, okay? Yes, but I be, and I'm like, oh, this is a test. It's only a test of the emergency God system. And instead of going, I don't do that no more. I'd be like, okay, God, all right, so let me do something different. Don't let me let anything steal my determination. And then I start cheering for myself. You got this, Foxy. Well, I say Crystal. You got this, Crystal. You got this. And then sometimes I do say Foxy. I'm like, you got this. Don't cut up. Don't do it. This is only a test. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Do y'all remember that? That thing used to scare me so bad when I was a child. Oh, it used to scare me. Um, I used to be waiting for the bomb to drop or something. I'm like, what? That thing used to be so scary to me. Do y'all remember that? They probably don't even do that anymore, huh? First of all, TV don't never go off. How about that? TV used to go off when I was growing up. Yes, I'm old. All right, awesome. All right, so we need to wait for our red flowers to dry. We do. We need to wait for them to dry. Okay. Okay, awesome. Thank you, Taylor. Because I think so. I'm like, do they know sometimes? Like, we keep some 100 in the den, okay? We love Jesus, but I'm not gonna act like, you know, that's why I had them note cards with them scriptures on there to help me out. Yes. Yes, it was very scary. That thing used to scare me so bad. That little sound. This is only a test. Well, it felt real to me. But you know what though? Look at that's how I be with life sometimes. That's how it is. Okay. Um, stuff happened and it's very scary. Yeah, why do y'all okay, so y'all listen to this. Yes, in it. Okay, I gotta read what Taylor says. And it go off at night. Okay, think about like when people want to attack people. Um, People don't do it in broad daylight. That's why everybody, like be like, oh my God, and they did it in broad daylight. Because most of the time, you hit that night attack. So that little sound, that's when Satan come at night. Our enemy. Let me just say our enemy at night or early in the morning when you groggy and tired and you haven't had just your coffee or your tea. Yes, that little sound comes. But what do? when the emergency broadcast system comes on, meaning that it's a test, what do? This is what I said. In your anger, do not sin. I kept saying that this morning. In your anger, do not sin. In your anger, do not sin. In your anger, do not sin. It's like, just keep repeating it. Just keep repeating it. Yes. Cast your cares on the Lord because He cares for you. I'm like, Crystal, this is messing with your determination. Finish how you start. Finish how you start. You are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses. Shake off anything that's trying to hold you back and run. That's what I said. Thank God for note cards. Note cards, y'all. Note cards. Note cards. I might not know where it is, but I know a piece of it. And the Lord can do the rest. So, yes. So I told myself, I don't need to be worried about any separation anxiety because the Lord is with me. I keep his word in my heart. I do, so that I can think first. I'm working on that first response. First response, meaning the first thing. Let me tell you something. I was failing this weekend when I was out driving. I was like, yeah, Lord, I failed miserably when people were cutting me off in traffic. I didn't do good, but I redeemed myself this morning. I did because I'm like, we about to. Mm-mm. Then on Friday, y'all know, I think when it was time for mindful coloring, I might have still been awake working because I was on call. I was so tired. I was like, no, we about to finish how we start. It is March 31st. I want y'all to think about. Remember, we started off January with the Proverbs, and we were reading a proverb a day. Okay, well, keep the enemy away. And we were picking one little part that we would remember about it. That's what we were doing. Yes. Okay. That was January. Then February, we were just footloose and fancy free. Then in March, I went to Jamaica. What's up, Tani? Money, Tani. But yes, now we walking on Wednesdays. We are praying. We are together, acting like we on the Mount of Olives. Mount Olives. When the Lord got up early in the morning, what would Jesus do? Get up early in the morning and go pray to God, ask for help so he don't act crazy. That's what he would do. Yes. Okay, wait a minute. Okay, I'm missing some good. Okay, that's why I stopped drinking liquor because somebody told me that God is gonna come for us at night, and I refuse to be pet. I How do you do? Wait a minute. How does View do this? You are sober. Okay, let me. Shout out to my husband who's acting like my technical crew. Gotta love him. Got to. He put up with me. Okay, I had to show that. But you know what? You make a great point, Taylor. I'm trying to get to it. Okay, so let me show this one right here. This is so true. She says, thank you, God, for grabbing my head and turning me around because he knows I get distracted. Yes. Okay, so as far as the distractions, sometimes I'll be like, what was that thing? It said squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Like I'm like, Crystal, focus, focus. Crystal, focus, focus. I tell myself that all y'all might hear me say it in some of my videos. Focus, focus. Let me go down a little bit. Yes, the Jolly Tea Maker says, God keeps developing our you. Yes, but this is so funny because what is rough around the edges, okay? When God get done with it, it's perfect. It's exactly what He needs to accomplish His purpose. Because I know everybody used to be like, "Oh my gosh, you talk all the time." I was like, "Why try shutting up? It don't work. It doesn't work." But look, who don't want to be a mouthpiece for God? Who? If you don't want to be a mouthpiece for God, raise your hand. Ain't no hands go up in here. Next. Yes, developing our character. I love it. Yeah, thank you, Taylor. Taylor says she know I'm real because she can hear it in my voice. Yes, I want people to know that I struggle. Yes, and that daggone yes, exactly. Keep repeating the word until you have peace. And let me just speak on this. And I'm talking about myself, guys. I'm always talking about myself. I'm not talking about anybody else. I know me and my husband, when we want stuff to focus on us, we'd be like, what about Raven? What about Raven? Basically, we're saying, what about me? He started that, so I say it too. But yes, I have to repeat the word. I went, and I think I told y'all this. I put it on note cards. It's the scripture that says, Lord, help me to, it basically says, Lord, help me to shut my mouth and not say anything when bad things happen. That's my summarization of it. You talking about, I had that thing everywhere on the mirror, in my pocket, on a note card, because yeah, I always got something to say. And Taylor said, that's why I stopped drinking liquor because somebody told me that God is going to come for us at night and I refuse to be passed out and miss him. Yes, yes, yes. I look. I stopped cutting up. I said, this is what I said, y'all. I said, what if God come when I'm having a bad day? Like, what if he come and I'm in traffic and somebody cut me off and I just said the bad word? Urgh, urgh. But it says he's full of grace and mercy. God is so gracious to, but still, I'm not trying to take no chances though. I don't want the Lord to think that I'm playing him. Don't nobody like to be played. No one. Exactly. Yes. So guys, I just wanted to come on here because sometimes you got to show the enemy that you're not no joke. Okay. Eric being Rakim, I think that's it. I ain't no joke. Okay. I'm not. I'm gonna do this. Even if I gotta stand by myself. I'm gonna do this. I did everything else. Why not do this? Think about that. I did everything else. Why not do this? Why not? Now I'm gonna add yellow to this palette, Lord, and that's gonna be it because this thing is starting to look like romper room. But yeah, so I did hear that on starting, I don't, it might be starting next week. I'm not sure. But anyway, at 2 o'clock on Mondays, there's going to be another Bible study using the Inspire Bibles. Let me show you. Let me show you the Bible. I hope that's right. I'm not sure exactly how it's being done. I need to go back and look at some videos. But this is the Bible that a lot of people have purchased. It's an awesome Bible. It's also a coloring Bible. I actually have this is a page that I've colored in it. But I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be Monday at 2 o'clock. Whenever it is, I'm definitely gonna share it out on my posts because whenever you know you can do everything for the glory of God. That's what's so awesome. We can color. Um, there are people who have hashtags um, where you color scriptures. We can do anything, okay? Anything to the glory of God. All right. We want him to. Let me tell you something. The only person I want in my business is God. Please get in my business. Be in my business. While I'm minding my business, God, be in my business. Okay. Be in my business. We can do everything to the glory of God. Okay. We can make everything glorify God. No matter what, we can do it. We can do you can do it. All right, y'all. Where it's 12:21. I haven't eaten lunch yet. I'm at work. I actually work from home. Thank God. Let me tell y'all something. So during that time, 2020, that was one of my prayers. I'm much is it over here? Here it is. And I think I've showed y'all this before. Let me put this right. So that's a little heart case that I have. And in it is there are prayers in there. Okay. Prayers I put in there to God, things that I desire. And I can remember during the year of 2020, I was like, Lord, please let me have a job where after this is over, I don't have to drive into work. Please let me have a job. I prayed that thing. I had my little note cards in my yellow windbreaker. Oh, I love a good windbreaker. And I was just walking in the neighborhood. Y'all walked in the neighborhood up that hill. And I was just trying to memorize my note cards, okay? Not where it's at, but just parts of it because I wanted it to get into my heart, into my soul, into my mind. The same way that I know programming, I wanted to know God's word way better than that. And I also wanted to let God know that I was serious. Sometimes for me, everybody's different. I'm like, okay, God, I'm serious. Kind of like me trying to lose or get back in shape. I gotta let my doctor know that I'm serious. And she said, "You keep coming in here, but you still weigh the same amount." And I'm like, "Well, at least I haven't gained." But she ain't trying to hear that. I love my doctor. She ain't for the nonsense. I lost 2 pounds. Thank God. Now she know I'm serious. But anyhow, I remember praying, Lord, please let me not have to go back to any job. I'm willing to like switch jobs if my job don't allow us, like to work from home. Lord, I promise, if you allow me to be able to work from home, um, I'll do something to give you glory. Okay. Lord, just let me be able to do it. Just let me show you. Let me show. I sounded like a begging person. But even though we don't have to beg God, he already knew I was gonna pray for that before I even started praying for it. But let me tell you something. Oh, Foxy gonna be about to follow through because he always on the follow through about me. The reason why I always say yes, because God's promises are yes and amen. That's why I say that. So I have to remind myself all the time, yes. Yeah, that's why I say that. Okay. That's where that comes from. But yes, so who's not working from home right now? Who's not? Who's not doing mindful coloring during lunch, even though I'm a tad bit hungry? Who's not? Who? Because I'm going to finish how I started. All right, y'all. This is Crystal the Foxy Colorist coming to you live from the Fox's Den for Mindful Coloring. Guys, thank you for hanging out with me during lunch and for this reschedule. Y'all know this is normally Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. But we got to finish how we start. Don't let anything steal your determination. We have determination within us to accomplish certain things. It may be a setback, but don't let it cancel you out. Okay. Delayed does not mean denied. All right. Like I always say, keep it foxy. Peace.